What's going on, golf cavers? Welcome to Cave Tips. In this cave tip, we'll be reviewing a feature on TrackMan 9.4 called Performance Center. So you'll press on Practice, then Performance Center, continue. I always recommend logging in with your QR codes, that way you can track all your data. And you can change the game settings here if you wanted to change anything about the fairway and green you'll be aiming at. You could do so here, but I'll keep it on the defaults and start that up. So the Performance Center is a great way to practice, and it'll tell you your handicap on each club, the amount of strokes you're gaining or losing based on how well you're hitting at that target. So be able to pick from different greens, different distances, and really hone in what club you should be using for different situations. Do you want to get aggressive with a pin in a difficult location, or do you want to try to just take it the easy route and aim for the center of the green? It's a great way to practice all those situational shots. This is the default settings. It'll randomize distances within this interval, so you could reduce that interval or add to it, whatever you want to aim between. This is a great way to simulate those different shots. So as opposed to a range where you might hit 10 shots with your 5-iron, that's not realistic to actual course play. So choosing random distances between an interval simulates more closely course play. Or you can just remove the interval and aim at the same shot over and over. And down here you could choose the pin location and green layout. So right now it's in random, but if I do custom, that way I could choose a particular green. If I wanted to practice something specific, I could put the pin at any of these locations to either make it more difficult or less difficult. But for right now, I want to work on my pitching wedge, so I'm going to put that 110 yards out. I like to look at this 8th hole here, and I'm going to click on this 6 pin there. So just press confirm. It's going to load up. As always, you have the dual monitors to look at all the same data as you would on shot analysis, but you'll also have the summarized version of data tiles here. And then as I start to shoot, you'll see this chart over here fill up with the different data. So I'll take a couple shots so you can see that data fill up. We'll look at the full summary, and we'll go from there. So after each shot, as usual, you'll see that ball fly out. So we just took some shots. We have some data to analyze now. I changed the intervals, I changed the difficulty, and now in the top right under strokes gained, this will be my summary. By the way, if you click on this, it'll tell you TrackMan's definition of strokes gained. But basically, is that shot helping or hurting your score? The closer you are to the pin, the more it's going to help. The further you are from the pin, the more it's going to hurt. And so if we take this full summary, you could look at the data on a per shot basis. So on average for each shot, for each of these intervals, as you see down here, you can see the amount of strokes I'm gaining or losing. And if you go to these aggregated, you could see as a whole how many shots I'm gaining or losing. So I took 18 shots, which roughly correlates to the number of approach shots you're going to hit in the average round of golf. And based off of that, I'm losing about 7.69 strokes on my approach shots. So over the course of a round, eliminating a driver and my putting, this is what my handicap is on those approach shots roughly. So I know I need to work on these items here, and it's a great way to keep improving your game. You'll start to see yourselves improve on these weaknesses and improve on your strengths. But looking at this is interesting. I'm much stronger at 125 to 175 yards. So maybe instead of killing myself to try to get that extra 20-25 yards, I'm okay with landing the ball within one of these intervals, because it looks like I'm a little more accurate from there and stronger. But either way, look at this, pick apart your game, see what you're strong in and weak in, and practice at GolfCave where you're guaranteed to improve.